Um, my goodness, man, just got back from LA, man. Very enlightening trip, man. Good vibes. Made a little bit of music. But it's time to get back to what I do, man. It's time to get back to what I do, man. I ain't been on here in a while. And I wanted to talk about this thing that is gonna separate the people who want to be good from the people who want to be great. It's people who, hey, I'm good, I'm good. There's people who want to be great. Well, I want to talk about the being great part, and the being great part starts with who you are when nobody is watching. So I usually have this talk with my children, and I usually tell them that, okay, the work that you do when I'm sitting here watching you and the work that you do when nobody is watching you, when you're just on your own and nobody's watching you, it's not the same. I said, when I'm sitting here watching you, you do everything that is required of you to do in that particular task. But when nobody's watching, you don't go through all of the steps because nobody's there to correct you. But if you go all the way through and do what you're supposed to be doing when nobody's watching, that's when God says, oh, okay, they ready for the next level. And this is where a lot of people fall off because they think that nobody's watching. God is watching, man. God is always watching. God is omnipresent, looking for his people to do right when nobody is watching, when nobody's patting them on the head. Hey, man, you did a good job. You don't need that when you just want to do the right thing in the dark when nobody's watching, when everybody done cut off all the lights. These are the successful marriages. Like some people that have the people that you need to talk to with successful marriages, their marriage is good when the cameras go off, when ain't no dates going on, when none of that's going on. That's when the real marriage is going on, when you getting your butt kicked and you still have to put on a good face, when nobody's watching. When you go to a job and you're in this particular job, and somebody's in your face and you working your butt off, but then they leave your face and they go cut on their cameras and away from the boss's face, you lollygagging. So they watching you on camera. Man, I remember I had a job at this place called Gallery Furniture here in Houston. And Mattress Mac, man, probably one of the hardest working men I've ever worked for in my life. The schedule was like 9 to 9. Like you didn't have no time off. Like you had to damn near work every weekend. And I remember when I first started working there, man, I didn't know that this guy was watching this camera like this. So when people were around, my boss were around, I'm working. But when they walk away, I'm lollygagging. This is when I was like 20-something years old, still in college. And he gets on the intercom. He was like, hey, you in a red shirt. I'm looking around like, what the hell is he talking about? He was like, I'm looking at my shirt. He was like, yeah, you in the red shirt. Get to work. That's when I knew this man was on his camera watching everybody. So when he's not in your face, he is watching you on camera to see if you're working. And that's when I knew I could not fake with this man. I had to actually work. So when nobody was watching, I used to work. And so when I did this work, eventually I got a raise before everyone else because they saw me working. This is not work that I counted on them watching me do. Once I got caught that first time, they never had to catch me again. But when you work somewhere, you don't know when somebody's watching. You don't know that the work that you're doing is important. You don't know that the person up top is watching you. So it's always necessary to put on a good face, your full work ethic when nobody's watching. My daughter, she runs track. And I said, hey, she's a freshman on varsity. I said, hey, you're not going to win all your races like you did in junior high. I said, you're probably going to lose to somebody who's been training year round. My daughter don't be training year round like that. I was like, you're probably going to lose some races. And then that's going to force you to say, okay, I need to train a little bit harder when nobody is watching. The work that athletes do when nobody is watching determines how they're going to do when everyone is watching. So when you see Kobe hit that shot, don't think about him right now just making the shot. Think about him in the gym when nobody was watching, shooting 1,200 jumpers before a game. That's when you watch, because that preparation in the beginning prepares him to make the shot at the end of the game. So when nobody is watching, that's when the best work of you is taking place. When nobody's watching. When nobody's watching you clean up the house to your fullest ability, that's when God is watching. God said, man, my people are working diligently. They at work, they performing through all the odds. I know your boss is on your tail, man, and you still getting all your work done. They own you. They want you fired. But they can't fire you because you get your work done. Everything that you've done to prepare for this particular job, once you got there, you're already in step. Another thing, when I played football, my coach used to always say, if you're ready, you don't have to get ready. I ain't never in my life wanted to get ready. Like, let's just say you've been in the process, you've been working on your craft. And then somebody calls and said, hey, I need this. If you've already been in the process of working, then that's not going to be hard to you. But if you have, oh my God, I got to hurry up, it's not going to work. That's not how this thing works. You can't just, by the seat of your pants, do greatness. Greatness comes when nobody is watching. Like, you can be the greatest person when those cameras come on, everybody's praising you. But who are you when the camera's cut off? Are you still a good person? Are you out here essaying women? Are you out here doing all types of crazy things? Are you beating up people? Are you talking bad about people? What type of person are you when the cameras are off, when nobody's watching, when you're here in your quiet time? Are you really doing what needs to be done to get from good to great? These are questions that we're going to have to start asking ourselves, people, because for me personally, I'm ready to go to great. I've been good way too long. So what I'm going to be doing on the great level will be much, much different than what I was doing on a good level. But guess what? When I was on a good level, I was still doing my work. I was still diligently working. So when I get up to this great opportunity, I'll be already in step. Y'all see how that works? Like, if you're looking for a husband, if you're looking for a wife, don't start changing everything when you get married. Like, if you have a cheating problem, you might need to work on that way before you even meet a woman. So when you, I guess some people, they cheat up until the day that they get married. So you're not prepared for marriage because you cheated a day before you got engaged or the day before you got married. So when you get married, you're not in step. You're still thinking about that booty you had right before marriage. See what I'm saying? When I was about to get married, man, I cut off every woman I've been talking to. I called them all. Hey, how y'all doing? We can't do this no more. You need to go find your husband. I told one girl I was talking to, she need to go find a husband because I'm not the one. And when you do that, when you cut off all of these women for the one, what happens is you have to stick to that schedule. Because I cut them all off. You can't go back once you get married a year into your marriage, be like, hey man, I made a mistake. Let's keep messing around. People that do stuff like that in the dark, it always comes to the light. When I heard Nipsey Hussle talk about cheating, He was like, man, there's too many cameras out here to be cheating. That's when I said in my mind, get that cheating stuff out of your head, man. You're going to have to play fair on this ride. So I didn't want to be the husband that got from good to great, and then everybody found out I'm cheating on my wife because the woman that I was cheating with, she done popped up out the blue because she seen a dollar amount attached to my name. See how that works? So now when I get my greatness, when I go to the level of greatness, can't nobody come and say, oh, I had sex with him. And it tarnishes my reputation. So now I'm greatness and title, but my reputation has taken a hit. And everybody looking at you crazy. Oh, you the guy telling us to go to Jesus and you out here popping booty in the club. Not me. I want to be one way. When I get to my greatness level, I want to be one way. I want people to say one thing about me, not a whole bunch of things. And you should strive to be that way as well. My one person that's watching, my 3 people that's now watching, you should strive for greatness as well. But when you get to greatness, make sure that who you are when nobody's watching doesn't show up. Or who you are when nobody's watching does show up. And nobody can call you on your reputation before you made it to greatness. This is how it works, people. I want you to be great at whatever you do. But I don't want you to get up there to greatness and you've been doing foolishness in your background and now it's getting exposed on the top. I don't want that for you. What's up, my good people? So what I'm telling you is to go from good to great, man, you're going to have to be a whole different animal. You're going to have to be a whole different person than you are right now. You're going to have to think a whole lot differently. You're going to have to, when you think of your family, you're going to say, man, if I make a mistake, man, my whole family going to go down. When I think about it, about the task that God put in front of me, I say, man, if I fail, everybody in my family fails. Everybody. That's a hell of a burden to carry, but I carry it very well because I don't want to upset my family. I don't want to disrupt my family's last name. I don't want to dishonor my father and dishonor his name. So my thing is when I make it to greatness, I always got to remember that what I do in the dark can possibly come to light. So what's up to my people out there that just came in? We're talking about going from good to great and not letting who we are in our shadow come to the light once we make it to greatness. You see these people, they done made it to greatness, and a woman or a man that came out the background say, they've been dealing with me the whole time. And everybody say, oh, you're not as great as you said you are. And then they talk about you. So it's best to already be in your mode, be already in your groove of greatness in your personal life. You've already made it to greatness in your personal life. So when the greatness catches up to everyone else, when the greatness catches up to everybody else, the greatness that you are already, when it catches up to everyone else, you don't have to explain yourself because the shadow person was a piece of crap. So peace out, my good people. I wish great things for you. I pray that you get everything that you're asking for, but I hope that you are preparing yourself in the dark for when you get to your greatness moment, that somebody does not come out of the shadow and tell bad stories about things that you were doing in the dark. Peace out, my good people.